Hello, fiber friends. Welcome back to my nest. I'm Renee. This is Monet's Nest YouTube. We are going to start with my daddy's finished magical heel socks. Patterns by the Magic Acorn. The yarn is from a store in Montana that Mom and Dad stopped out and picked out the yarn for Dad's socks. They are done. Yesterday was his birthday. Today's New Year's Eve. Yesterday was Dad's birthday. I will get these to him and he will put them on his feet later this week. That is my only finished knitting object, but I have lots and lots of plans for you guys. This will be my 2026 ambitions. That's probably a good word for it, ambition. So let's go ahead and start. Tonight, like I said, is New Year's Eve. So I will be casting on for the ranunculus out of this absolutely gorgeous fiber by Red Hill Fiber. It was specifically dyed for the Imperium collection from, I believe it was 2003. Yeah. 2003. Ooh, sorry, I shouldn't move too much. This is a DK weight, 3-ply, and its name is called Precious Paramore. I did do a swatch, but like I said, everything I'm reading says you don't really need to worry about it too much, so I'm not. I did not get gauge. I think I was like a stitch and a half off. So hopefully we'll be good and close on that. So let's go into some more plans. I am going to be doing Stash Down Bingo for the entire year. I have my plans kind of laid out. You can kind of see I've circled things because obviously it's going to be stashed. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you. I have on here my ranunculus. That will count for my sweater and my longest item in my queue. Since pretty much I've started knitting, I've my whole intention. Ooh, maybe intention instead of ambition. Anyways, my whole intention to learn how to knit versus crochet was to knit socks. But obviously that grew into more, right? So I'm pretty sure the ranunculus was one of the first sweaters I ever put in my queue once I figured out Ravelry. So I have that. That'll be in there. After that, I have a mobile that I'm making my mother. Yes, I know. And that's going to count for my stuffed objects as well as my cotton because I have all these different cottons to make her mobile. I think she has up at her house a pygmy puff is one thing I've made, but I don't have that with me. But I've done one of the keys. I got to figure out how to get it so it stays out. So I got a key, got to weave in the ends. So she'll just have a fun Harry Potter mobile to hang above her Harry Potter shrine. I'll have to see if I can insert a picture of it. I'm pretty sure I have a good picture of it. But yes, my family, we're pretty obsessed with Harry Potter. All right, sorry for crinkling as I move things around. I want to make sure that I'm going. Ooh, almost dropped on my drink. That would not have gone well. I'm drinking a coconut pineapple bubbly today. Next that I have a hat squared on my list, and that is by Wise Owl Knits, and I plan on doing that in acrylic. Over here in this corner, I have 3 tubs of acrylic yarn. My next one is a Murder Knits shawl, and that will count as my shawl and my blocked magazine square. And I'm thinking I will use, sorry, loud crinkles. this set to do that. I do not believe Mace of Skeins is dyeing yarn anymore. These are some bright neons, and it is DK weight. And I've had this in stash for, I don't even know how long. I got to figure out how I want to lay it out and all that stuff, because I think it'll be a fun shawl to do. Those are my intentions. I'm not promising. Next in there, I have a stocking. I might be making 2 this year instead of just 1. And to do that, I have this white as like the base. And then I have so many DK minis and leftovers to use for that. I'll be using the doodle kits for my pattern for that. So who makes those? Pacific Knits? What? They'll be in the show notes. So that'll be fun. Next, I have mittens in color work. I don't know if I'll be doing doodle or not. Oh, the stocking will count for my holiday and my scrappy, because as you saw, like the majority of those are scraps. Mittens will be my color work, and I don't really have a specific yarn laid aside for that because I have so much yarn. Actually, the yarn that Mom just got me a couple weeks ago, maybe I'll do mittens out of those. That will be fun because it's like dyed in the wool. Oh my gosh. Hand spun. That would be pretty for mittens. Next I have a sock set made into a knot socks. And the yarn is from Lether Co, and I'll be doing the pattern Strasberry. It is specifically designed by Salt City Knit for sock sets, but it's a shawl. That will be fun. And then I have a baby blanket, which I have my chevron. Oh, I don't have that here with me. I showed it in the last video. It's a chevron, just left over DK or held together, and that'll be a baby blanket. So, and a baby gift. So those are 2. Actually, why don't I go ahead? I'll go ahead and go through these. So the first block is something stuffed, such as a gnome or amigurumi. So I'm making Mom's Mobile. The second one is finished in a week. I'm going to do Shark Week that the Politically Incorrect Knitters host every summer. So I'll do probably a pair of socks for that. The next one is finish a project using 100% indie dyed yarn. Pretty much half my stash is that, so I won't have an issue with that. A sock set, but not into socks. So like the shawl that I'm going to make, it specifically designed with a mini and 100-gram skein in mind. Mittens, socks, color work, finish your oldest whip. I have a cowl that I have started for my sibling that I've never finished, so that will probably do that one. A shawl, a scrappy project, a blocked magazine pattern. Blocked magazine is hosted online for free. I don't know if there's an official number of all the different patterns, but there's shawls, there's blankets, there's dishcloths, there's hats, there's sweaters. Pretty much any pattern you could want is in there. A scarf, cotton yarn. So like my Mom's Mobile is going to be made out of cotton yarn. You could do a dishcloth. You could do a summer top, whatever you want. Hat Squared by Wise Owl Knits. I put that one in there because it is a free pattern. It is an easy pattern. And I thought it could easily be paired with one other of the squares for you. 100% acrylic. on the needles and or hook for more than a year. I'm thinking people could probably use cross stitch in this make along as well. So something you've been working on in your hoop for more than a year. Holiday themed, does not have to be Christmas. It can be any holiday. Easter, Halloween, 4th of July, holiday themed. A no longer mystery make along. Mal, I think I'm gonna do I'm not gonna do a Stephen West. That would take too long. Someone just did a mystery make along like hood and cowl thing. I think I'm gonna do that one. A gift to donate to charities, or a gift / donate to charity. You got someone in your life you can make a hat for, right? Mittens, socks, you can do it. A pattern. Oh, I didn't spell that right. Sorry, everybody. I'll have to go in and fix that. A pattern out of a physical book you own. So I'm looking down at my books right now. Should be fun. I don't have an actual plan for that one yet. A sweater. So I'm making my ranunculus. A blanket. I have that scrappy blanket. That's going to be a happy 250th USA project. It's going to be so much fun. So like I put American Pride in that. So think red, white, and blue, or Statue of Liberty, something that says American Pride will count. Has been in your queue for longer than a year, and a baby gift. So those are my blocks. If you have any questions, please reach out and ask me. I think I showed you everything I had planned specifically right now. But Lynn of Chicken Lady Fiber Arts is also doing a Finish 26 in 26. She has a much cuter board to print out or take pictures, or however she's doing it. I will link her below. But I kind of was making plans. So I have all my things listed, 25. It won't be 25 projects. It'll be like 12, 13 projects. So then I have a basket of sock yarn to hopefully do a sock or mitten every month as well. So I'll have like 30 minutes of knitting in the morning will be specifically for self-striping or a sock set that I've had for years. So hopefully that'll get me through some of this. I don't remember what I have in here. Oh, no. Okay, this is my oldest whip. I bought this yarn from, it's Wonderland Yarns, the Cheshire Cat. I bought this yarn the first time I ever went into a yarn shop in Wyoming when we first moved there, and that yarn shop does not exist anymore. The Grand Loop in Yarn Fiber and Cody. Carista of Wyoming Yarn Company. Wyoming Yarns and Crafts. I can never remember it. I'm sorry, Carista. I don't know if she bought all the inventory or a lot of the inventory and then opened up her shop when this one closed. This is my oldest whip. 100%. It is my oldest whip. So that will be on my bingo. I forgot I had put that in there. So that should be fun. What else do I have over here? I also have a sweater's quantity of this alpaca yarn that I want to do something with. I really think I want to make my husband Levi a malt. Is that what it's called? A malt sweater by Maxim Cyr. He has a couple. He has an old fashioned too that I really like, and I think this brown will suit Levi very well. However, I was gifted this yarn behind me. This is one bag, and I have 2 bags of each color. So look at this skein of yarn, guys. It says it's 70% alpaca, 30% polyester. It's not saying what weight it is or anything. I'm thinking it's not quite worsted, maybe DK or sport. I'll have to wrap it and see. So I got 4 in this green, this gorgeous yellow mustard. This is mine. And this like gray with purple undertones. It's definitely gray. It's not purple. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, so they're hefty. What does it say? It says the batch number, alpaca, 600 grams in the bag. So I have 1,200 grams of each color. So that should be fun. And I have sweaters quantity of a couple other things as well. So this should be fun. Since I started talking about gifts, let's go ahead and talk about some other gifts that I got. Got that. I got a spindle, but I have no floof for my spindle. So if you have floof suggestions, please let me know, because this is going to be fun for the new year. I got these earrings. They're knit earrings. A really pretty purple hefty metal hook. I like the ergonomic weight. I know some people like them lighter. It like balances it, I feel. I like that. I got a quick gauge swatch. That's how I knew I was not getting gauge on my ranunculus. These cute itty bitty clippies. So cute. A needle organizer. I can't wait to label these and put more in there. This awesome yarn bowl. So cute. It's pretty hefty. Oh, my husband got me moss agate rings. There's a much prettier picture of them on my Instagram. They are gorgeous. Okay, so I think that might be it for Yarny ambitions. But I have just some like, I guess, other goals in life for the year. I have this one. It's called 1,000 Miles Moved. Every year, my boys and I do 1,000 hours outside. And this year, I want to, instead of just sitting outside, we don't just sit outside, but I want to move 1,000 miles as well as being outside for 1,000 miles. Oh my gosh, 1,000 hours. Some of my other goals for this year are to do a family game after dinner instead of going our opposite ways, and screens. Health in general. I've had a couple health issues over the last couple years. I want to do the Bible in a year this year. I think I'm going to put that with 30 minutes of knitting socks every morning. I think that would be good. We have a huge goal of paying off debt this year. So huge, in fact, that I have an interview tonight. So that should be fun. I literally applied last night and they called me this morning for an interview tonight. I'm going to try to cut back my alcoholic drinking to 1 drink a week. I'm not a huge drinker, but liver issues, so hopefully cutting back should help. They don't think that drinking is what's causing the liver issues, but whatever helps. 1,000 hours, 100 books, twice a month on YouTube posting. I want to get better at shorts too, so if anybody has suggestions on that. And then I want to do a very intentional date night once a month with my husband. It doesn't have to be going out or anything, just intentional. Do you guys make goals, ambitions, intentions? I don't like to say resolutions necessarily. I don't know why. But yeah, let's talk books. I picked out books that really stood out to me this year. According to my Storygraph, I've read 116 books this year, but according to Goodreads, it's only 108. I don't know where I missed books on Goodreads, but I don't know. So 5 books that kind of stood out to me this year were The Children's Blizzard. That was a historical fiction. It was part of Family Book Club Lonesome Dove is a classic Western, but it is a honka of a book. I want to say it was over 35 to 40 hours on Audible to listen to, but I really enjoyed it. It's, again, very classic Western. The Reading List, it was another book club book, and it went through classic books that brought groups of people together through some family tragedy, through family dynamics. A really good read. Arcania Academy, that is fantasy, 100% fantasy. I should have written the authors down too. I will link all of them in the notes. And then that one was just a fun read because I like to read. And then Revenger was my last top one. It is space pirates, sister dynamics. So I see, this is where science fiction, yeah, more fantasy than science fiction. And then my most recent reads are Dire Bond, dire wolves, bonding with them, military, very Fourth Wing, but different magic system. And then I'm also listening to Violet Thistlethwaite is Not a Villain Anymore. Very cute, rom-com-y. Oh, Dire Bond has sex scenes. I kind of gloss over them. I don't mind reading them, but I definitely don't read word for word those scenes. And then I'm currently reading the 7th book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So again, my goal next year is another 100 books. I try to keep it 100. I don't think I've read 100 or more the last 3 or 4 years. I have a goal for my boys this year to read 1,000 chapters. So between all of us, we should hit that goal, right? I think so. Our read for Family Book Club, if you would like to join us, is by Jodi Picoult. I'll put a picture here again. More than welcome. Typically, we meet the 3rd Monday of every month to discuss. So there is a app. Oh, Easy Cat on TikTok recommends it. I will have to look it up and see if we can do discussions in that because I think that would be a lot of fun. Or you can join my Telegram group down below and we can discuss it in there. I love books. We can discuss books all the time. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, I got another gift. It's sitting over on this side. It's non-Yarny. My daddy got me this hat. I'm a Seahawks fan. I'm also a Chiefs fan. I've lived in Kansas City, but Hawks have my heart. It is their Crucial Catch hat, and I've wanted it for a couple years. I'm not going to put it on right now. Our family has been touched by cancer. Me personally, 2 years ago, I had ovarian cancer, which resulted in a radical hysterectomy at 31 years old. And then not even 6 weeks later, my husband's wife passed away from melanoma that metastasized to her brain. My husband's grandfather also passed away from cancer. And we are very pro. Get your shit tested, guys. If it feels off, talk to them about it. Be proactive. I don't want to leave this on a sad note like that. But anyways, proceeds from this hat go to cancer. What's the right word? Screenings? Cancer screenings. That's the right word. So, love it. Love that foundation. Let's see. Is there anything else? You might just have heard my son bouncing around back there. Someone asked me about these pictures. It is lyrics to Oh Darling by Plug-in Stereo. It's my husband and my's anthem, I guess. I'll put a link. It's one of our favorite songs. But I think that is it for now. Over the next 2 weeks, I have to go to Seattle for children's hospital for my younger son. He has a whole slew of appointments, just checkups, nothing. Have I explained to you guys my son? He was born with a type C esophageal fistula and no booty hole. So he is man-made from esophagus to butt, and that requires a lot of surgeries and stuff. So he had 7 surgeries by the time he was 3. So lots of fun there. And yeah, lots of fun there. So we get to do a lot of medical travel. And so this next week I get to go to Seattle. I'm hoping if you guys have a Seattle yarn store recommendation, please let me know. I'm keeping my eye out, or festival for the next year. Please let me know about those too. The only planned buying I have for this year are a Christmas Advent and yarn for the West Knit Mystery make along cow. So if you have any recommendations for places to go in Seattle, yarn shops specifically off the 5, between Portland and Seattle, let me know. I said that a lot. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else real pressing in the next 2 weeks. My birthday's on Sunday. That's fun. But other than that, in the next 2 weeks, there's not much going on. So I will see you in a fortnight. Thanks everybody for being here.